Hey, Crusader, back with you today. Continuing on our journey through the Spawn series, we are now on issue 6 of Spawn. And so the cover here features a new guy we're going to be introduced to named Overkill. And so, pretty big looking dude, pretty mean looking dude, and he is that. So this issue opens with some explosions going on. The cartels are kind of getting ticked off that they're being messed with, and so they turn to a giant mercenary from Sicily named Overkill, the guy that you see here. And at this point, he's doing a job at a place that the military has been called in for, and he's charging in on them. The bullets are literally bouncing off of him. Service with a smile. What more could you ask for from a hitman? Crunch, get out of here before I get mad. And so he's just running through everything. Like there's nothing that's going to stop this guy. And he destroys their biggest tank that they have. Like, it's just a mess. And so what happens in the opening pages, the cartels are saying kind of like, hey, we need to get some help. We need to hire somebody. And so it's kind of foreshadowing who they might call. But they first begin with two hitmen. And they're in an alley interviewing a thug, trying to find out where this guy killing all their guys are, the guy who's been ripping out the hearts of the mafia bosses or higher ups. And they're finding out where he might live in an alley among the homeless. Spawn, that's who they think it is. And so they think he's the guy doing all the work. And so they're kind of meeting with one of the top bosses, said, all right, kill him and then bring him to me. And so that's the scene we have playing out here where they're having that conversation. They're discussing what it looks like. And he tells them, hey, don't take him lightly, so we won't. Make sure you do the job quickly and quietly. The other Dons are waiting for results. Make sure we never hear from him again. Yeah, another thing, make sure he suffers before you kill him, then bring me his heart. So he wants to turn the tides on him. And then we get this really nice moment where Spawn is talking to the homeless guys that he's been living around. And they said, why are you standing off? Come share life with us. And, life is pretty simple. We want you to be a part of it. And he's just amazed at how they welcome him, trust him, and invite him in. And it's really leaning in on it. So he begins telling his story about how, he'd been gone for 5 years and his wife is remarried and they have a daughter and it breaks his heart. And he kind of shares it almost in a parable form. So I don't know if he's revealing it's exactly him or just a story similar to his. We also see the counter that his power has gone down to 8,092. So he's gone through almost 2,000 of the 10,000. So he's gone through quite a bit at this point when you think that he has only been around a few weeks. Anyway, we next see the hitman in the alley. They've killed 5 different homeless people at this point, and they just don't care. They're just shooting them. They don't care about them. They're just really mean guys. Of course, when you're a hitman, you're not exactly nice. So they're talking about what they're going to do and spend their night with a couple ladies and have a couple drinks, get out of here. And then the guy disappears from behind him, and Spawn shows up. Your friend is dead. It's just you and me, and I want to know who's after me and more importantly, why. And then you can see the headline down here, alley littered with bodies, 2 known felons among the corpses. So Spawn interrogates this guy, it would appear, and tries to get some information from him. And, he gets the information that the mob bosses think he's the one who's killing him, and that they're bringing in an assassin to take him out. So he meets Overkill, and they go to battle. Big surprise, right? Now, here's kind of the funny thing. These chains come around him, and he's like, oh, magic chains, help me, I'm dying, I can't breathe. But he starts laughing. Get real. He says, crash. He's a cyborg, part cyborg, so breathing isn't probably a big issue for him. But notice what Spawn says here. Don't know why my chains did that. I didn't try to use any power. So it seems like his chains might have a mind of their own. I never knew that about Spawn, and I don't know where it's going to go from here. So that's really interesting. But Spawn is meeting him in this clock tower kind of area, and you can see the gears here. And so Spawn moves out of the way to get his arm crunched in the gears. And he ends up ripping off his own arm. So he's one-armed at this point. But he starts attacking Spawn. And Spawn doesn't fight back. This is what's crazy. He's coming from Sicily. He's like, I didn't come all this way for nothing. Make it worth it. And he's beating him up and fighting him. And Spawn refuses to fight back. And Spawn recognizes this dude's super powerful. And so it's my theory, and it's only a theory at this point, that Spawn knows if he's going to fight him as he currently is, he's going to need to use his power. And he doesn't want to drain all his power, so he just, in a sense, turns himself over to getting beaten to death by this giant cyborg. And the cyborg thinks he's dead, beats him, and he walks away. What's really crazy about it is that Spawn isn't dead, and he surmises that that damaged arm of his messed up his life sensors, so he could not detect Spawn's heartbeat, so he walks away thinking he's dead. And so Spawn realizes, I got to do something to help myself. His arm is broken, so he has to heal himself, so he's drained a little more power. We don't know how much at this point, but he's drained some more. And so to get ready to fight such a large enemy later on, he decides to return to the army base he once knew, the life as a mercenary with all the well-kept secret stashes, and he gets ready to go for the next battle. And so now he says, I'm better than that, and he's loaded up with all kinds of gear. And so you can kind of look, there's a big gun there, a bigger gun there, a knife there, pistol in his hand, got a rack of bullets around him there, grenade there, another knife there, and it looks like some more weapons coming. So Spawn's not taking any chances. More grenades on his arm there. He's going to be a one-man walking army. So I'm very excited to see this version of Spawn as he employs some of his military skills along with his special powers. And here's the issue, the cover of our next issue, issue number 7. Looking really forward to getting into it. I've never read farther than this into a Spawn comic, so this is all going to be new territory for me and you as we journey through this together. And until next time, it's been Crusader, and I am out.